Welcome back to Wildfire and Earth. My name is Bradley, and today we're going to be doing a Blue Moon Samhain reading, which, only happens like once every 20 years, which is pretty incredible. That's why I'm in costume, because it's happening on Halloween, All Hallows Eve, or the Celtic Samhain, if you like to call it that. But before we dive into the reading, I have a huge announcement to make. I made an oracle deck. Okay. So the artist Gustavo Alba and I have been working on this deck for almost 2 years. It is a very exciting labor of love that I am going to share with all of you. This is an indie deck, so that means there is no publisher, there is no agent, there is no printer, designer, or anything. This was all done by me and Gustavo. And it's so exciting to get to share this with you guys. So please check out the link below. Also, I want to thank you all so much. Deepest thanks for nominating me for Outstanding New Vlog Vidcast of 2020 in the Witchies Awards. Thank you all so much. That was so exciting to receive that nomination. You can tune in on November 5th and we'll find out if we won. I'm pretty excited to tune in and find out as well. But without further ado, here is what you guys came for, the readings. Bye. Hello everyone. Alright, so again we're just getting the decks shuffled and separated into our classic pick a deck piles. We're going to do pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. The timestamps are down below. Right now I'm just getting the Nature's True Oracle ready. We're going to be using 3 different cards from Nature's True Oracle, and it's going to be, the first card is the energy you are moving towards. The second card is the energy you are moving away from, or that is moving away from you. And the third energy is kind of like the final outcome. And then I'm using Kyle Gray's Ancestor Angel Oracle here. We're using this and pulling cards from this in order to tap into an ancestor or angel that wants to come through for Samhain, as the veil is thin and we can get beautiful spirit messages. And lastly, the last oracle card we're using is the Crystal Wisdom Healing deck by Judy Hall. We're going to be bringing a crystal into it so that you guys can have a crystal to walk through this moon phase, and then we'll be doing the tarot deck. All right, hello everyone. So here is where you need to pause the video and make your careful selection. Once again, we're going to be drawing from Septarian for deck 1, Peacock Pyrite for deck 2, and Rose Quartz for deck 3. So take a moment, close your eyes, tap into this full moon energy, and then make your selection. And the timestamps are below on the video that you would like to choose. And we're going to start right now with deck number 1. Hello everyone that chose deck number 1. So you chose Septarian. Septarian is a beautiful grounding stone. It is excellent for use in meditation. It is also a blend of yin and yang. Sometimes it's known as the dragon stone or the 7 stone. 7 is a holy number in many traditions and cultures. We also have 7 days of the week. So this is all about foundation, beginnings, and working on that solid core. Okay, so that's what this message is telling me for the first group that chose Septarian. But let's dive into the first 3 cards really quick to see what you're going to be, what blessing you're going to be moving into, what you're walking away from in order to make room for that blessing, and the final outcome of that. Okay, so for the first card here, we have the Peacemaker. So you are getting a blessing of peace today. You are walking away from, someone with a pure heart. Okay. And the final outcome is third eye or vision. Okay, so what these cards are telling me right now as I'm looking at them, we do have two 30s. We have 37 and 36 and then a 16, which rounds up to 7 again. So there's that number 7 that was haunting you earlier with the Septarian choice. But what I'm really seeing is that you're actually walking away from someone who purely just wants to keep the peace in order not to rock the boat. Okay, you are being asked to kind of step into your own peace here, to go within, and to realize that sometimes that's going to cause ripples outside of yourself. And this may be a moment where you're losing purity, or you're losing, your innocence in a way, because you will find that as you start to find peace, people that wanted to control you, wanted to use you, wanted to, just basically feed off of you like a vampire energy, they're not going to have that pure, innocent heart that they've always depended on. And now you're stepping into your true vision, because this is really showing me kind of like this is you coming into your power by going within, realizing that someone has been taking advantage of your purity and your heart and your own graces, and finally seeing the light, okay? And realizing that this was not for you, that it's time to move on. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being kind and innocent. What's wrong is letting people take advantage of you over and over and over again, because that's just a one-way street energetically. You're continually funneling energy into this person or thing, right? For some of you, it's a person. For some of you, it might even be like a business or a place, and you've just given your all, okay? You went in with innocence, and this is the moment where you're having to realize it wasn't meant to be, okay? And for your peace, for your stillness, for your own composure, you're having to walk away, because you're finally seeing that it doesn't align with your vision, that somehow, some way, this might have been the perfect dream that you were working on, the perfect thing. And I am so sorry to be bringing this message to people. It's really actually really hitting me in my heart core. So if I get a little choked up, I apologize, because it's an emotional message we have here. That sometimes to keep your own peace, you have to walk away from things that you thought were for you. But I will tell you something. Something that is for you will never leave you. Something that is for you will never take and take and take. It will be a blessing in returns. It will be abundance. It will return abundance to you. Correct? That is what is true connection. That is what is true soul family, guys. And I think so many of us out there are craving like-minded individuals, craving people that, talk about magic, talk about, conspiracy theories, that talk about, lucid dreaming and working spellcraft. But just because, don't just settle for the first one that you find, the first person, because sometimes they don't always have your best interest at heart. Either there's jealousy there, or they're not willing to give as much as you are. And so it creates an imbalance, and it breaks up the purity of the relationship. So you are having an ancestor come forward with this message, and let's see which ancestor that is. And it is the elder. Okay, so this is the elder that is saying, move beyond ancestral patterns. Okay, so this might be walking away from some family members that, want you to stay in this idyllic version of yourself. All right, this perfect version of who you are, what you are, and saying, no, that is not me. I walk trails that no one understands, especially in my family. And the beautiful part of this third eye card coming through is that you're going to find your vision. You're going to find fulfillment. That is the crazy part about this message, is that yes, you're going to find peace and fulfillment, but at the cost of something precious. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that this isn't something that needs to be let go. It's just something that you cognitively, elders, you see how wise and smirking he is? He's saying this is just something you think you need, that you've even become dependent on, right? And he's saying you don't need to be that way. You need to let go. You need to relax into this. It needs to be effortless, okay? And lastly, here is the crystal for you to walk with, Muakkite jasper. So you may want to carry around some septarian or Muakkite jasper. Muakkite jasper is a very, very, very familial type stone. It is also linked to breaking ancestral patterns here. So with a lot of you, with the holidays coming up, especially, you know, in the 28-day cycle from this full moon, the blue moon here, into the next full moon, it's going to be very family focused, okay? And your job is not to be the peacemaker, because I feel like sometimes you do that for your family. You do this, you know, maybe you step in between your father and your mother, or you step in between your brother and your sister, or aunt and uncle, whatever. I'm hearing spirit saying, no, stand your ground, stand up for yourself and say, I can't do this anymore. You guys have to deal with this. This is your problem. I didn't make this. This was here long before I came around, and somehow you have been forcing me to deal with it instead of healing yourselves, instead of growing and maturing. And it's not helping you or me, because we've created a codependent relationship. So let's see what the tarot has to say really fast. Just to clarify here, I think we're going to clarify the peacemaker and then fulfillment. What do you say? I think we should do those two, because I think this center section has really been tapped into with the Elder card and the Muakkite jasper. Excuse me. So weather's changing around here. It's really gotten my sinuses and everything acting up, and I'm allergic to ragweed, and it is blooming here in South Arkansas. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't believe, oh right, well that wanted to jump out. I can't believe that Halloween is here. Okay, yep. So this is telling me exactly what I thought it was telling us. All right, so let's look at the bottom here. See, look, this starts a new path. All of this, standing your ground and realizing that your piece is just as important as everybody else's. This is whenever you find the rainbow and you begin that journey to find the pot of gold, remember, and you move into fulfillment. And then the two cards that came out here are the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So you are thinking that you're protected, and that maybe you're in a place where you're bringing in abundance and you're doing well. You know, you're not lacking for anything at the moment, but you feel stuck. You feel stuck, and it's like you can see that you want to get out, but you don't know how to get out because there's no way out. Okay, and this is just telling me that it comes from this claiming your peace. These are other people's wishes. These are other people's efforts and work. It's time to put in your work. It's time to pursue what fills up your cup. I know this is a weird message coming out for the holidays and for this blue moon season, but it's really important for a lot of us light workers right now. And oh, whoa, 2 nights. Okay, so I'm really seeing here that once you do stand up for your own peace, new opportunities and blessings and surprising, especially with this Knight of Wands here, surprising messages. I mean, look, it's a unicorn, for goodness sakes. Surprising messages and like offers, like maybe even job offers, like to move. lots of movement here with the Knights, okay? So this vision, that fulfillment, that in contemplation, that's taking place is really going to set you up to move into your true purpose, okay? Because Spirit is not wanting to hold back, and they're saying, you have been held back for so long. You have put others' needs ahead of your own for so long that it is time to focus on yourself, okay? I'm even seeing here, maybe with the Knight of Cups, that there might have been illness in the past. There might have been illness that was happening. And yeah, the screen went dark just when I said that. Illness might have been holding you back a little bit, and you might be, starting to feel a little better. And it's time. It is time right now to, instead of just falling back into how everything has always been, how it's always been done, to question things and say, it shouldn't be like this. There should be a give and a take. Why am I always constantly giving? And the moment you do that and you reclaim your power, abundance starts pouring in for you. Because I hate to tell you this, but people that do that type of energy to you are stealing your energy, stealing your abundance, and they're using it for their own. So basically they become dependent on you, and it's time to break that cycle. And I think this is what that was saying here too, is that they become dependent on you. This is them. I feel like it's almost like like a bad master in a circus where they're just like, using a whip on the lion. This is what I'm seeing here, is this energy around you that is very forceful, very demanding. And this is why you've always tried to just keep the peace, because you didn't want to break if they were in a bad mood, everybody's gonna have a bad day, right? You didn't want to, you had to walk on eggshells, right? For this energy. And it's time to release that. Spirit is saying you are safe, you are protected, and it's time for you to follow your vision. And this might be a loss of innocence for you, because this might be someone you love dearly and trust and put a lot of energy into. But it's time to move on, baby. I'm so sorry, but it's time. So lastly, be sure to carry around at least a jasper or carnelian, a red stone for root chakra. This is going to help you a lot to really understand what you want and what family should be, and to really focus on the blessings in every moment, and helping you realize these messages coming in are actually blessings, because these might be people or new friends showing up that have opportunities to give you and things, and you're needing to focus more on yourself and your own relationships, and not so much about your family and their welfare, because it's time to focus on you. You have given them enough. They will be okay, I promise. It's time for them to deal with their decisions and their karma. It's time. It's time, it's time, it's time. We can't keep being the barrier all the time. That is not of the light. You do not take other people's lessons, because then how will they ever get to grow? So it's time for you to grow, and it's time for you to let them grow as well. So this is a moment where you're going to be really working on gaining some wisdom on how to be a healer, how to ask to be healed, be in a space of the caretaker and not be taken advantage of. I want to thank you all so much. Reading number 1. Don't forget to check out the link for Nature's True Oracle. I can't believe it. It's here. You guys can order it on the link below in the description box. And also, if you enjoyed any of these other decks, I will put them in the description box as well. I hope you all have a blessed Halloween and a beautiful start to your holiday season. Bye-bye. Hello, reading number 2. All right, you guys chose Peacock Pyrite. Wow, I totally forgot the word there for a second. Peacock Pyrite. So this is a really fascinating stone. So it is heated. And it's pyrite that has been heated, and it brings out this beautiful opalescent. So you guys might be going through some things with this blue moon, and then the next 28 days following that into November. I'm definitely seeing that. I'm hearing, out of the fryer and into the frying pan, out of the fire and into the frying pan. So be on your guard, but also trust your intuition. There's lots of blues in here, and then, as I said, that yellow is coming through. So laughter is going to be essential. Don't take things so seriously, and really try to focus on self, and keeping those lower chakras just as open as your upper chakras, okay? Because your lower chakras need just a lot of attention, especially the more you use your higher chakras, because they are the foundation, they are the basis for which you spring forward. So let's move the septarian over here and set the nice peacock pyrite right there. And let's dive into what 3 energies we're working with here. So we're going to be doing, the first card is the energy of what is coming towards you. Okay, and then the second energy, the second card we're going to pull out is an energy of what you are walking away from. And the third energy is the energy of the overall outcome at this time. So the first energy coming through is Ouroboros. Second energy is heart chakra. And the third energy is Mother Earth. Okay, so let me just sit here for a second and feel this through. So what I'm really getting is you are finally becoming aware, and this is the humility part, okay? You're finally becoming aware of repeating patterns in your life. Repeating patterns that have been tripping you up over and over and over again. And it's like, finally, this optimism, and you're allowed a glimpse of what life could be outside of this lesson. Because I feel like you've been struggling with this lesson for so long, group 2. Okay, like, it's just, I'm tired right now. I'm just feeling tired. I feel wore out. I mean, instantaneously just tapping into this energy of group 2. And it might just be the collective frustration. It might also be 2020 itself, with everything that's been going on there, and politically, nationally, worldwide, and even in your own communities. Okay, and you may be picking up on some of these patterns, and that might be the big pattern out in the world that is starting to make you focus on your own personal patterns and how you're tripping up in those personal lessons, okay? And you keep doing the same lesson over and over and over again. I've got to say it with heart chakra and Mother Earth coming through here. Guys, for some of you, this is relationships. You keep choosing the same person. You keep choosing the same person that is, unfaithful. You keep choosing the same person that is abusive. You keep choosing the same person again and again. And this is, I'm sorry, but this is coming directly from the Mother Earth and deep healing, that womb. This is coming from your inner child. And it's time to stop. It's not heart chakra that you're walking away from. It is this card is coming out as lust for me, guys, okay? Because it was upside down, and the imbalanced heart chakra is all about lust. It's not about love, right? It's about fake love or a twisted version of love. So that's what you keep getting. You keep getting a twisted version of love, and it is finally time to flip the script, right? Flip the card, flip the script, and get in touch with that inner harmony. So this is telling me with this mother card as well that this is a mother wound, a mother energy. Either your mom died young, or your parents separated. Mom was hard to live with, hard to deal with, or wasn't there, or had an addiction problem, struggled with mental illness. You get it. Mother was difficult. She's not the Mother Earth that you would want to think of. When you think of Mother Earth, you don't visualize your own mother because yours was human, and she had her own lessons in life, and she had you on top of that. And you know, although we can have compassion for this and we can understand it and see it for what it is, it does not make it okay? Because this really puts you in almost this vicious cycle of broken relationships again and again and again and again. And y'all, I've been there. I have been in that cycle. I have been in that cycle, and it is a doozy. But you learn so much in that cycle. And the biggest thing that helped me was when I connected to my heart chakra, and I finally said, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to choose who I'm supposed to be with. Maybe this person will choose me. And so I stopped chasing. Okay? And I think this is where the humility is coming in, along with grace and renewal, is look at love in a different light. It's time. And then that brings about finality and healing, rebirthing yourself, and you have a renewal and birth. I mean, come on, this is huge. I mean, you have abundance and love coming through. And what you need to do is what RuPaul always says, is if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? It's time to love you. And an ancestor walking in for this message right now, yes, is the High Priestess. Okay, so the goddess knows that you did not have the best example of the divine feminine. You did not have a strong woman behind you, okay? And that is okay. Because I'm feeling some of you are women watching this, and it was to help you become that strong divine feminine, to harness your mystic power. Bast is coming through really strongly. Black cats, voodoo dolls, all this fun thing. So I feel like a lot of my witches are here. Hello, guys. How you doing? Happy Samhain. I hope you're having a blessed season, and this just starts the holiday season off right for all of you. You know, finally getting to get out and trick or treat with everyone, and you know, finally getting a sense of community that we haven't had in months. So I feel like this is changing. And perhaps because of, you know, having to stay at home and do all that stuff, that is what made you take notice of these patterns and realize, oh no, I've been doing this. I've been stuck in this. And you're finally becoming aware of that. That's what the white shawl means for me. And you're starting to see the way out, okay? And the High Priestess is coming through, wanting to remind you to stop doubting yourself. You can do this. You are the only person you need, okay? Because there are powers and spirits that are out of this world that protect you, that you have no idea about. Okay, that you haven't even met yet, is what the High Priestess is saying. You haven't even met your strongest allies yet. That you are becoming. She's saying you're becoming. You're still a baby, and you might be 62 years old, and you're still a child to the infinite. You are still a child to the infinite. Our age, our time is an illusion. Some people are born wise beyond their years, and some people die fools. You know, it just happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. But what I really think the High Priestess is wanting to share with you is that stop looking for fulfillment outside of yourself. Stop it. Stop it. Stop looking for fulfillment outside of yourself. You are all you need. All right, and let's see what crystal's coming through. Blue lace agate. Speak your truth, child. I mean, and look at this. 1 and 0. Again, 1 and 0. We have 2 10s. So this is a beginning. This is an ending followed by a beginning, back to 0. So 1, back to 0, okay? And then it starts 1 again. So it's almost like you're walking through a portal of 101, right? You're walking through the portal and you started something, you're realizing it's this repeated pattern, and now you're getting the opportunity to come back to 1 and start a new path. That is so beautiful. I'm also hearing Archangel Michael is coming through very strongly with the blue lace agate. So call upon him to help you cut cords from the past, to get out of this karmic cycle, to get out of these repeated patterns. And I kind of want to see why the blue lace agate is coming through. And then we're going to look at what healing is coming through. Because I think we really touched on what's happening. But I kind of want to see what's in store for you for the future, because I've really just kind of been giving you some bad news so far for this blue moon. But this blue moon, so far, this is the second, deck pile, excuse me, and it has not been holding back any punches. It has been, duking it out, and it's very strong energies swirling around here. So let's see what this blue lace agate means here for my readers or viewers. Excuse me, I can't talk. All right, so the first page of swords. All right, yep, clarity. Now there's Archangel Michael coming in with his swords. And lastly, the 3 of cups. Oh, okay. So because of this love, a relationship that you have a tendency to get into, you have a tendency to push your friends away, to lose people, to push yourself out on your own is what I'm seeing, and make yourself just like be stuck. And the car agrees with me on that. Did you hear that outside? You have a tendency to isolate yourself, and it's because of these energies you've been choosing from the divine masculine that are preying on the divine feminine and not allowing her to come to fruition. But as you call upon Archangel Michael, cut the cords from these past relationships that have held you back, and you're moving forward, you will find companionship. You will find fulfillment and nourishment and that love that you've been looking for in all of the wrong places. That love that you've been looking for in all of the wrong places. Because this is returning that love to you. Once again, call on Archangel Michael, or if you don't work with the angels, you can call upon Brother Hawk or Brother Eagle. It will have the same effect. All right, and what does this deep healing Mother Earth energy bring us for our future? Let's get some bright cards. Oh, there they are. All right, what are we looking at? Okay, yes. All right, so it's funny that we have Ouroboros, because that's kind of my wheel in in that. Well, look, you got it again. So this is starting a new pattern. It's shifting things. It is changing things for the better. How do I know this? Because you are taking those, you're taking your power back. You're taking your energy back. You are taking yourself back. You're not going to let anyone else use you in any way, take advantage of you. And look at this. As you do that, you move into this beautiful shifting change of energy. And we have eagle, hen, dog. I mean, for some of you, hair. Is that? Yeah, that's hair. There's hair. And then the beautiful, I'm feeling this is an energy of Aryan rod. So if you do Celtic worship of goddesses, call upon Aryan rod to help you find a safe way out of these connections, because sometimes breaking these karmic connections do get a little dicey. Okay, so let's look at this, the bottom here. High Priestess is coming in again. So please, please, please trust your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams and do not ignore them. They are telling you truth. And the further out you try to push it, I'm hearing sometimes you push it away with her hand here out. Sometimes you try to push that intuition out. Accept it. Call it in. Call upon your ancestors to give you strength to walk forward, because they do walk with you every day. And this ancestor is powerful that's coming through. She was a priestess. She was a queen in her own right. And so are you, whether you're male or female. Once again, these are energies. But I want to thank you so much, reading number 2, for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button or the bell notification to get notifications whenever I do videos. And also, Nature's True Oracle, that features the Ouroboros card, the Mother Earth card, and this lovely Heart Chakra card, is out now. You can get it at Nature's True Oracle down below on Facebook. The links are all there below. And also, if you like any of these other decks, you can pick those up from the other creators as well. I want to thank you all so much for watching my Blue Moon Samhain reading. I'm sending you all so much love. Take care. All right. Hello, reading number 3. How are y'all doing? You guys chose the beautiful rose quartz. So for you, this is all about the higher heart chakra. You are getting an activation to your heart chakra, and it's helping you open up to those higher levels, this higher, deeper understandings, kind of learning what it means about divine love. So you guys are my light workers, my angel souls, my star seeds. You are on a deep path of love and understanding. I'm wanting to look like at this crystal, just like it's telling me you are wanting to understand every facet, every crack of love, like everything that life and love can give. You're here to experience it. And that is both the good and the bad, by the way, because pink is a form of white, which is the highest, and red, which is the lowest. So you're here to experience the highest and the lowest. And you might be in a low right now, but it can always shift into highness. But also, if you are, flying high right now, keep in mind that it can always shift to lowness. So let's check our cards here from Nature's True Oracle. We're going to jump into them. The first card is we're going to represent the energy moving towards you. The second card is going to represent the energy moving away from you, or that you're moving away from. And the third card is going to be the energy of the outcome at this time. So what is moving towards you? Cosmic union. Some of you, I'm instantly hearing twin flames. Yes, confirmation in here. What we're moving away from, light orbs. And lastly, sacral chakra. Okay, so this is going to be a very mature reading for you guys in this thing here, because this is a lot about learning about yin and yang and sexuality within your divine being. So if talking about sexuality or transgender or any of that type of stuff, if you're not comfortable listening, this might not be the pile for you. But if you chose it, I would stick around, because it's probably going to help you grow in some way. But if you are uncomfortable, click away. Just jump to one of the other readings. Probably reading number 1 would be good for you. But this is a very intense message about understanding that you are walking into a cosmic union right now, which means you're diving away from cosmic union spiritually. Okay, so hear me out. What I'm hearing is that you have been coasting high, vibing high, like 60, 70, 80, 90, like way up there. Okay, you have been with the light orbs. You've been in serenity, you've been in bliss and happiness. Now here is what Spirit is wanting you to understand. You are to come down into duality and help the people around you. And the reason you're doing that is because you have codes and, like, it's not even the word, but like codes. And is that really what you want me to? Okay, codes, and they're saying DNA. So something about this cosmic union is going to bring forth, obviously with the sacral chakra, a baby of sort, or a creation of sort that has DNA that this world needs, desperately, desperately needs to break free of the patterns of duality. Because you've been up in the light orbs for so long and doing so well, and it's just perfect. And some of you, this might be a little too high for you, but just hear me out. A little too high vibe, sorry. But I really feel like you have been doing so good. The spirit is wanting to put you into a relationship, or maybe even a friendship, that is going to test you, okay? Because they're wanting you to understand your unlimited potential. They're wanting you to get in touch with your creativity and ingenuity, and how can I create abundance out of a not so desirable situation, right? They're wanting to pair you with someone who maybe doesn't understand it as well. Maybe someone who you will perceive at first as dead weight, but it is someone who wants to learn, who wants to grow, and you have to give them a chance. You have to learn to work with them and progress together, right? And really talk about how you feel, how you do things. Actually start to understand consciously how you can stay so high vibrational, because you cannot stay so high vibrational all the time. Otherwise, you will phase out of 3D reality. And you're here for a reason. You're here. If you were going to go, you would have already gone, okay? There's no rapture coming. There's no ascension happening. I'm just going to put that out there. It's all bull malarkey. Something is happening, but it's us realizing that we belong here, and we are the caretakers of this earth and the beautiful beings of light that we always have been, and remembering that. So you remember that. Now it's going to be your chance to teach others how to do this through your creative expression, your sexuality, by just being you, just juicy you. I mean, I love it. This is such a dynamite message. It's so good. Okay, but on another level, some of you are walking into a cosmic union that is going to test you, okay? This isn't like the lesson where you're the teacher. This is, you're actually walking away from something that was good. Okay, so there's two meanings to this here, and then you're simply following your own, your own desires and your own primal desires, and it's almost like you're having to start over. And the reason this is happening, now don't beat yourself up, the reason this is happening is because you need to focus on learning to balance those lower chakras. Okay, so since you're getting that high heart upgrade, the lower chakras have to be in balance, or it throws everything out of whack. And I'm hearing for some of you, your sacral chakra is out of whack, and you need to focus on it. 588 hertz, listen to that in binaural beats or as a single tone. You really want to focus on sacral chakra. Do some meditations with sacral chakras. Wear orange. Visualize like a fiery ocean, okay? Because the sacral chakra, although its color is orange, is of the element of water. So it is very sensual. It is very like sunset at the beach, right? Type of energy. So tap into that. Get into your creative self. It's important that you do this so that you can create light eventually, right? Because that is the goal. All right, so let's see the ancestor that's coming through to help everyone here. The warrior. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is all, I almost am feeling for those of you that are in high vibration, right? This is a return home. You're returning home from like the spiritual battle, the spiritual warfare. You've been right up front. You've been, protesting. You've been healing. You've been praying with people. You've been working. And the universe is returning you home to a partner, to a home, to a family. And you're stepping away from your light work for a moment just to be, to live. And so that's why the warrior is coming in to say, you are protected. And to be fearless and strong, even in this intimate situation, you know, don't let your guard down. I know that sounds bad to say, but keep up doing the protections, because you are a being of light. So that means there are moths and pests that will get attracted to your energy just because of who you are. So take the time to do protection. Don't let him do it all on his own. He will get irritated and he will leave. I'm not kidding. I'm joking. Wow, I kept saying I'm not joking. So maybe he isn't joking. Okay. He seems like a very serious energy, and he does not think my jokes are funny at all. But you know, be fearless and stand your ground. So it's really exciting that that is coming through for these light workers here, because some of us forget that we do have to stand up for what is right and point out, things that are harming others or harming people. I don't think we have to point out every bad thing that's happening, because, that's not we're not here to fix everything. We're just here to fix our sphere and our specific calling. Don't try to grab it all at once. There are others who will step in and take care of that, okay? So know your path, stand strong in your purpose, all right, light workers, and those on high vibe. For those of you that are coming from high vibe down into the lower lesson cycle here, and I really do feel like there are some of you that are out there like this, or this message would not be coming through. It is going to be tough, and you are going to need to use your ingenuity, your strength, and your fearlessness, and really, really understand this lesson. Dive in. Find out why you're learning this lesson. Why are you with this partner? Why are you dealing with these troubles? Analyze it. Dig deep into it. Do the work. That's what this warrior spirit is saying. I'm here to help you do the work. For some of you, he is taking the spear after you and prodding you and saying, you can do better. I know you can. And it's going to get a lot harder before it gets a lot better, because you got some work to do. You've been slacking, right? That's what he's saying. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just really channeling this energy. He does not hold back, okay? And lastly, here is a crystal to help you all out. It is selenite. Okay, so although it is very strongly divine masculine coming through here, the divine feminine is coming through and letting you know that she is here and she will nurture you. And this is going to be a stone that nurtures you over the next 28 days, or the next moon cycle from this blue moon until the next full moon in November. So as we're moving into the holiday season, it's going to be very important for you to stay focused, to stay centered, and really, really read energies, because that's what selenite always reminds me of, is just being able to read auras and energies and healing. So for me, selenite is like a stone of being able to pick out energies and be aware of that, right? And where people sit and who's being truthful and honest to you. So let's take a look here. Since we are having two groups of people come here, I think I'm going to do what this selenite means for one group and what this selenite means for another, since the cards kind of pretty much answer themselves. All right, so we'll do that. It's going to be a little different than my other readings if you've watched any of the other piles on this video. But thank you for watching, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and bell notification. It really, really helps me and the algorithm find you, so you'll know. Okay. All right. So we're getting 3 cards coming through for the high vibe group. And then let's get in here. I know what's happening over here. Okay. So first of all, below we have strength, the Empress, 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. All right, and then it was reversed, so that's where it stopped. Okay, so look at all of these energies that are happening beneath you, okay? You have the Strength card, right? Which is the warrior coming through, the empress, fertility, abundance, okay? So this is a time to make that and to just rest. Some of you, rest. And then the Ace of Wands, a new passion. I'm also seeing these tattoos. There's two things here with tattooed skin. That's important for some of you. It means something that might help you distinguish who this ancestor is coming through. All right, and then let's look at our high vibe group really fast. So for you guys, I'm really feeling that this is a moment of just, because since you have the Knight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Wheel, you're really, the student is becoming the teacher. It's almost like you've become an expert by being a student and by just being a student of the universe and of energy and of, of study and putting it into practice. And now it's time to switch. You're here right now in this energy to teach others how to manifest, how to get into high vibes, how to find their soul purpose, and how to find fulfillment. It's time for you to teach them that. So it's almost like you're reading through backwards, right? You're helping them find their path and work on their inner selves. And this cosmic infinity we have here, you're also supported by the triple goddess with selenite coming through. And then also the Knight of Cups is all about fulfillment and that holy grail. So you're basically helping other people find their holy grail, which is absolutely beautiful. And then here we have, okay, so for some of you that are coming from high vibe levels and really kind of like jumping down, don't think of it as a fall. Think of it as a huge opportunity for growth, for lessons, and accelerated evolution, okay? Because you're getting like the crash course, the intensive in how to defend yourself and how to go within and really start to choose your vibration. Observe, don't absorb. Allow yourself to be, these are other people's cups that they have offered to you. You do not have to accept them. You can choose which cup you drink from. And that is emotionally, that is physically, that is with your manifestations, and that is with your own power and magic as well. It's telling you you're in control. It all starts with you. Remember that you are always connected to the divine. And even though you're protecting yourself and, doing what you must to, be a good guardian and a caretaker for this planet, you also have a, you also have like a responsibility to protecting yourself. And I feel like what was happening is you did not protect yourself enough the first time you went through this cycle. And so you came out a little battered and bruised, and then you went down and started to learn another lesson. And I think you excelled at that. And that's why you're coming back and doing such an intensive review, is so that you can move forward even further, right? Because you're just coming back and tying up loose ends, fixing things and fixing this sacral chakra energy once and for all, so that you can become a powerhouse, from that woo-woo energy, really the creatrix or creator here. You're wanting to step into your own divinity, and this is the route. I mean, it's not easy, it's tough. So for some of you, you're stepping down into bliss and, wonderful, loving, earthly relationship where it's balanced. And for some of you, you're really learning some lessons. And I bless both of you. This is a beautiful path, and I believe in you. So be gentle with yourselves. That's what selenite is also telling me. And be sure to carry around some of that to really help alleviate some of these and keep you centered, okay? And help you really see what's going on. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and check out the link below for the link to the Nature's True Oracle on Facebook to get a chance to buy Nature's True Oracle just in time, once in a blue moon, right? I love you all so much. Thank you for spending this time with me. And I hope you all have a beautiful Samhain, Halloween, All Hallows Eve, whatever you call it, and a beautiful start to your holiday season. Many blessings. Mwah.